What's up, people? It's Xano X, and today I thought I would talk about the Fresh Prince of. You know what? Let's be honest here. The show I'm looking at. Wait, I apologize for this. And so this episode basically starts off with this dude having a dream of him, like the original Fresh Prince intro, and basically he wakes up. The oddest thing about the show is that we see the other side of the story of him being in Philly or how he left Philly. Well, this is another way of looking at like another version of it, basically. So, yeah, yeah. In this one, he basically gets out of bed and yeah, he pretty much just wakes up. It starts as a normal morning. He goes and have fun outside, and he also, is in school. That part where, in the short version of the original story, where he basically gets into a fight and gets sent to Bel Air. So I guess I should just get right to that part and he has some friend named Trey. And I hate to say this because I'm, a fan of the original show, but I don't think I remember a damn Trey anywhere in the original show. If you guys remember Trey, please put in the comments below because I don't remember no damn Trey in the original show. So yeah, I thought that was kind of bizarre. Anyway, as the show goes on, we had this dude right here. That's the one that got him in trouble in the first place. I already forgot his name. His name is Derail or something like that. But either way, that's basically what sets up the entire show story. I apologize for that. And yeah, that's basically he's in jail. I apologize for this. And so we get this show's version of jazz, which I think is really freaking weird, but that's just how this turns out. So let's get right over to Philly since they kind of like made a more elaborate version of the original. What reason why he left Philly? Of course, the show's version is more lighthearted. But here we basically get introductions to other more people who have betrayed the people that we were more familiar with from the original show. I don't know this actor's name, but all I know is that he basically plays as Jazz. So yeah, there's that. And then we get more curfew over to the house, and we also get the chance to actually see what's going on with more actors. And by the way, I just noticed that we see some more guys. Sorry, that I was just gonna say that we see some more of the guys that betray who portrays the original actors of the original show. I'm sorry if this video is gonna be extremely long. It's because this episode is extremely long, so unfortunately. Like I was trying to cut this video short, but I guess I'll just make it now. But aside from the point, we get go look at the guy named Jeffrey. I'm going to get to him in a second, and the guy portraying Jeffrey, it just feels weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, the guy portraying Jeffrey just feels odd to me. And the lady you're looking at to the right is supposed to be Aunt Bib. Although I'll admit they made her look like a more younger version of Aunt Bib, which I think is a little bizarre, but that's besides the point. I apologize for that. Now, here's the actor portraying Jeffrey. It was a bit odd, but I mean, of course, like I said, if you're old time fans like me, you'd be more familiar. Well, you feel more familiar with the original version, not so much with this one. I mean, he didn't really do a bad job, but I mean, it's just I'm just used to the original version. So I mean, I guess it's just me. And the woman you're looking at right here, she's also supposed to be Hillary. Although, like I said, in this version of the show, they made this Hillary more like I mean, I guess if we did have Instagram back in the day, or if we did have this stuff earlier on, maybe Hillary would be on Instagram. But since obviously it didn't exist in that time, yeah, we clearly didn't have that. But yeah, overall, she actually even has as you can see, even her necklace, she even has an H for Hillary on there. So, but honestly, I don't really know how I feel about this woman's basically her version of Hillary Banks. So, yeah, I just think it's really odd that they made that choice for this one. And this man right here to the right, the one that blue blazer, that's supposed to be Uncle Phil. And oh, and another thing I forgot to bring up too in the show is that one thing there's this ridiculous thing. I don't know if it's automated, but it's this freaking like automated voice explaining what's going on. Like, okay, the audience isn't an idiot. We can get what's going on just by looking at what's going on. So I mean, they don't need to explain anything. It's like some random automated voice. I don't know what's up with that on Peacock TV. Some stuff keep popping up, and just yeah, this voice is explaining what they're doing. Like the guy, like for example, there'll be a guy who'll be walking to the kitchen, like okay, like for example, like Kevin walks into the room as he goes gets a glass of milk. I'm like, okay, I can clearly see he's getting a glass of milk. Why do you need to explain that he's getting a glass of milk? I'm not an idiot. The audience isn't an idiot. Anyway. And as you guys can see, this girl right here, she's supposed to be the younger sister, the little one. That's where, like, okay, at this point, I'm like, why would they take a classic from the 90s and then turn it into a dramatic drama version of the sitcom itself? That's something I'm not understanding. And then having this girl betray that actress. I forget her name, but, damn, it's a damn shame I forget her name, but yeah, she plays the little sister. And I'm sorry, but this ugly ass dude right here, which they look like an egg, is supposed to be Carlton. I'm sorry, but it's not unusual that I thought this would happen. Because when I first saw that movie, like the movie Bel Air, and then this Bel Air, although there were different actors and actresses, I just think it's ridiculous that they actually added in this dude of all folks. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this, but you cannot replace Carlton. He's the one who invented the Carlton dance, and that ain't this dude. I'm sorry. Because like, okay, guys, tell me when you think of Carlton, who you think of? Okay, who do you think of? Well, just hold on, bear with me now. Bear with me. This is Carlton, or this is Carlton. I mean, come on, man. You can't replace that role. And then Uncle Phil and this version of Will basically get into it of what happened in that earlier version of this episode where he got into a fight and apparently he had a gun. His friend was protecting him, Trey, even though I don't remember no damn Trey in the original show. I felt like they just added him in that, but that's besides the point. And yeah, is pretty much what goes on in this scene. And then what happens is, and then Will tries to escape the mansion, and then what happens is that Uncle Phil finds him, and then basically he sends him right back into the place, and he pretty much chills from there with his gangsta shit. I'll get into that in a second. By the way, they also had cameras everywhere too. And then in this scene, unfortunately, they're playing some weird. Oh yeah, they're playing that music, and then these guys say the N word. And that's another thing I want to say that was never like in the original show is that they would never use profanity, period, in any kind of way like this. And here they are, like having them go with this kind of feel is just ridiculous. I'm so sorry for that ad to the right, but yeah, I just think it's really ridiculous. And then I don't understand why they have that kind of content on this. And then the worst part is that in the show's version of so-called Carlton is that he's also doing crack on here. But I'm just like, what the heck? Of all things, they're actually gonna just take the original interpretation and turn it into this. I mean, what the heck? That's just pretty messed up on so many levels, especially for people who are old time fans too. I don't understand it. Anyway, he basically gets a deal from to pretend to be chill, so that way that the family doesn't, make him force him go for a long run. And so we're at this party that apparently Carlton invited him into, and then basically he gets in touch with this lady that he was talking to that's supposed to be Carlton's companion. And I guess what I can say is that things get kind of rough around that area because Will gets in touch with her, or at least this version anyway. And basically, they kind of hit it off of getting to know each other. They hook up with each other, sort of. And then basically, well, I'm just trying to cut this short because I don't mean to make this video that long. But then again, like I said, this episode's super long. So either way, let me just cut to the chase. They make out, and then, let's see what happens next. As you can see in this scene, this is exactly what he makes. And so basically what happens is that Carlton gets jealous. He pushes Will down the pool. Unfortunately, this damn thing's acting up, so I can't show you the next part, but you see that way the intro looked. with the original show, when Will falls into the water, we see the graffiti and him looking like the king. So basically, that's how this episode ends. Unfortunately, I think it's ridiculous. My thoughts on this is that okay, they're making a pretty wacky version out of these guys because I mean, like when you see the ending, or not the ending, but when you see the show or watch a show, and then you see up until the end, you're just gonna be like, what the hell? I mean, my thing is that you're taking something from you're taking a sitcom and turning it into a drama, and I just don't see how it would work as a dramatic version out of it, and I just don't see how it works. This funny looking dude, yeah, I just don't see that. I'm sorry, but